So most people think that the more they suffer in sadhana, more they struggle in sadhana or tapasya, the more spiritual they are becoming and more tapasya is happening, more result will be given. But Bhagwan Krishna today in Dhyan Yoga is not just about dhyan. That is the beauty of this yoga. It's not only about dhyan. So today Bhagwan Krishna says, this is not tapasya. This is ego. When we say, if I hurt this body, if I do extreme things, then only I am doing tapasya, otherwise what I am doing. This is ego, this is not tapasya. This comes as part of yoga of balance in Dhyan Yoga. We are on Shlok 16. Bhagwan Krishna is telling Arjun, yoga is not possible for one who eats too much, not for one who does not eat enough. It is not for who sleeps excessively, nor for one who deprives oneself to sleep. This is where he explains extremity. Neither you have to be that you don't eat at all, neither you eat too much. Not sleeping or sleeping all the time. There has to be balance in what you do. Because the true yoga is knowing yourself, and the best way to know yourself is to keep a balanced body mind, because those are your vessel. It's the car and you are the driver. If the car is disturbed, if there is no fuel, how will you drive? That's why no eating is not recommended at all. That stop eating at all. Then if you overeat it, then also the car is not working properly. As long as you are attached to this body, you will go from the senses. I feel like doing this, I feel like eating this, I feel like watching this. Who is telling you this, that you have to watch? Something comes in front of you, a trigger comes. Let's say you are on TV, a Netflix series come. You see it, goes to man brain, tells you, oh, I have to watch it. Happens so fast. You cannot control it. Happens so fast that you end up, then click, let's watch. Then binge watch. Next. This is what you're doing. No control. If you say one episode, done, let's watch next one tomorrow. That's balance. I don't say don't watch TV. Where will you learn new things? Where will you see things? What's happening in this world? We don't have to live in a bomb shelter or somewhere like I have no idea what's happening in this world. Watch everything, see everything, but balanced. Eat everything but balanced. Whatever is required for this body, you are the driver. It is your car. For example, Ferrari needs something else, BMW needs something else, Toyota needs something else. So each car is different type, correct? So each car's necessity is also different. It's not same for one person, same is not the same for another person. There are some general rules, but at the end customization is based on the individual owner. So you are the best person to define how to keep this body. For example, some people are allergic to peanuts. If they eat peanuts, they will die. Some people, if they eat gluten, they have gluten allergy. So they should not eat gluten. Like this, you know how to keep your body light, your mind light. You know what works for you. You already know it. You just don't want to follow it. We think extremes is I'm doing sadhana. That's wrong. In Shlok 17, Bhagwan Krishna is saying, little bit further he is taking us. Okay, Bhagwan Krishna is saying not only about food and sleep. He say Yuktahara means balanced and moderate nourishment. Yukta Vihar means balanced recreation, movement and daily living. Balanced effort in one's actions and duties. Balanced sleeping and waking. Then comes the beautiful result of destroyer of sorrow and suffering. Then you connect with yourself. It is not just food and sleep that you have to balance. In one of the session I was telling you, you have been given all of these things to manage. You have a mind, you have intellect, you have body, you have 3-4 karmic people, you have work. You have to manage this. You are the manager, you have to manage it. How do you manage it? By keeping a balanced life, not overdoing anything. Excess of anything is harmful to you. Let's say water is good for this body, but if you drink 10 liters of water in a day, would you be healthy? Your body can only consume 4 to 5 liters in a day. After 5 liters, what is happening? What will happen to this body? Will it be healthy? No. It will hurt you instead of helping you. So, excess. Don't do things in extreme. We live in extreme. Even in your nature. When you want to help people, you go crazy helping everyone. And when you seem failure or you get upset from this, then you say, I will help no one from today. This is what you live in. Either you say, I will help the whole world, I will do this, I will do that, but then when you get upset, disappointed, you come to this side, which is nobody deserves help. This world is full of crime. Nobody understands this, you know. इंसानियत का ज़माना ही नहीं रहा, भलाई का ज़माना ही नहीं रहा. This place you come. So we are always living in extreme. Either you wake up at 4 a.m., do your sadhana, make strict rules for yourself. I wake up at 4 a.m., I do this, I do that, I will go do yoga, I will do 2-3 hours of workout, then I will have those limited seeds, भिगोए हुए बीज जो है वो लूँ. ऐसे you made a whole routine. Follow this for 10 days and then after 10 days you feel disappointed, like it's too tough, it's too tough to change. So you go back to, okay, let's order one pizza, let's order burger, let's have that, आज थोड़ा और सो जाते हैं. Then you feel guilty. Then you go back to the cycle again. How is this sadhana? How is this tapasya? Sadhana and tapasya means we need to go above body. But here, we are only thinking about body. If someone does fasting, let's say Ekadashi fast, Purnima fast, Nag Panchami is coming, Shravan month is going on, every Monday people are fasting, some people are doing Nirjala fast. What's the point of that fast if 24 hours you only have to think about food? You're only thinking about food. God doesn't want that. The reason for the fast was to keep yourself light so that you can think about other things. But if that is not working for you, don't do it. Don't do it. It's pointless. It's a waste of time. Yes, you will get little bit of punya, that's it. The reason for purifying this body is so that you go above it, not always keep thinking about it. Same is the case when people do yoga. If you see a lot of people now have gone into yoga, physical yoga. They do Hatha yoga, Vinyasa, different flow exercises. Now they only think about this. They open business on it. They teach others also, which is not wrong, which is good. But always 24 hours thinking about it. then you're already stuck in body. The reason for opening your chakras through yoga was that you go above it. You realize who you are. You focus on bigger things. Who am I? Why am I here? That's why balance is very important. 2 times or 3 times you eat in a day, fixed eating schedule, whatever you want to. See how easy. Balanced meal, whatever you want to, and 1 hour workout for yourself, 1 hour workout for your mind, when you do attend these sessions, 30 minutes meditation. That's it. This is only it is required for this body and mind. That's it. Rest, whatever time you're spending on this, is extra. The next time is to do seva for others. Live for others, for your family members. Spread out time like this. 1 hour for my family. I will spend 1 hour with my family. Watch TV, do whatever you want to do in that time. Together what you do. 2 hours for myself. 3 hours for study. 8 hours for office. That's how you split your time. That's it. What problem comes is, one, if you're studying, you're already studying. If you're working, you're only working. Cannot detach. I always share this concept of attachment and detachment. When you go into a situation, you get attached. But when you get out of it, you need to get detached. We don't do that. Let's say something is happening in your house. There's a party celebration. You go into the house, you're celebrating. Okay. Then this is how doctors live, because if they don't do, then how they will survive? Surgeons, doctors. They come home, their daughter is getting married, they do all the work. Back into surgery. No daughter, no marriage. Only this person is important. Who is sitting in front of me? I have to do the surgery for that person. That is important. That is attachment and detachment. How do you think nurses live in this world? All these people who do seva, they don't carry it with them. You carry everything with you. 8 a.m. morning, you were driving, something happened in the car, that affects your 9 a.m. office call. Accident happened or something, car crash. 9 a.m. affects your office call. Then your office call affects at home. So all is linked. If you live a balanced life, you understand every step of the way. And that is it. There is no complex science to this. और कुछ भी नहीं करना है, इतना ही करना है. This mind doesn't understand simple things. It needs something complex to make you understand. So balance doesn't mean everything 50-50. First, also understand this. Bhagwan Krishna is not giving everyone same diet, same sleep, same everything. I already told you this. It has to be custom what you feel. That's why go with the flow. If your body feel like in the middle of the day, I feel like sleeping, listen to it. But also realize, is it your mind going into laziness or is it your body actually desiring it? Do you have vitamin deficiency? Are you taking enough vitamins? Because if you have lack of B12, vitamin D, you already feel lazy. So, first eat nutritious food, because what you put in your body is how it acts. Take your proper vitamins. It's so simple. Starts here. Dhyan Yoga starts outside. Starts with how you treat your body, your day, your life, then your environment, which we covered yesterday, how clean your environment should be, then when everything is sorted, then you sit and meditate and go within. That is why when I say if your house is burning on fire, can you sit and meditate? Do you have that level of state? Do you? No, we don't have, right? So fix the burning house first. Then let's go in. I don't know if you know the story of Raja Janak and Ashtavakra. This was his test. Ashtavakra was sharing Raja Janak the whole Gyan. He shared the Gyan that you are Atma, you're not this body, you're immediately enlightened. You're already enlightened, Janak, Sita's father. You're already enlightened. And it clicked to him because many births he has been searching for this. So realized, yes, I am already enlightened, king, and he had to leave nothing. Now Ashtavakraji is taking his test. He burns the house, he burns his kingdom. Someone come from the kingdom and tells Raja Janak, the house is burning. So he was meditating and he kept meditating. Nothing happened. There was no change. His whole kingdom was burning and there was no change. Then Ashtavakra say, why Janak? He says, जिसने लगाई है वही बुझाएगा. Because he knew, right? He said, who burnt it will only remove it. That's it. That is the level that I want you all to be. This level means no attachment, no desire to the kingdom. There are no desires, there is no attachment. मेरी बीवी, बच्चे, पैसा, सोना, राज्य, मेरी बदनामी, what will happen? Oh, kingdom of Raja Janak is burning, what I did. These are all the vichar, thoughts come into a normal person. Who is above all of this? Doesn't matter. So if we have to go to that level, we need to start first healing from within. We have understood spirituality wrong, tapasya wrong, sadhana wrong. You don't have to do hat tapasya, which is like hat yoga, hat tapasya. Purposefully hurt your body, purposefully not eat. When Bhagwan Buddha used to do this, because he was in that, when he left his kingdom, he met these people, 4, 5, who became his first shishyas also. They said, you have to do very extreme tapasya. No food, no eating. Nothing should be there. And that's how he used to live. All his muscles and fat was sucked out of his body. By the time he'd completed his tapasya, there were, I think, a lot of birds on his. Birds created nest in his hair. That level of tapasya he went in, like not bothered about this body, extreme. When he came out of it, when he realized the truth, he said, this is wrong. You don't have to hurt your body. It is merely a vessel. So today, all these wrong teachings, and we also believe this when some yogi, some sant is doing these kind of tapasya, and we go to Prayagraj and all this Kumbh Mela and we see these people tapasvi, we bow down to them. We appreciate and we do this, which is also good. They are doing something that no one can. But this is wrong spirituality. It's not right. Yoga starts with balance, your daily balance. So tapasya is not self-punishment. It's just to make yourself purify. the more uncomfortable I am, the more spiritual I am. This is deep rooted inside of you. Today you will believe me and you will say, yes, it makes sense. But tomorrow you will do this only. It's deep rooted in your DNA. It's hard for me to change it. It's hard for me to tell you what is real spirituality. That is why one saint enlightened have to speak whole his life to wake up and shake up the people. What is true? What you believe is wrong. Kabir Sant used to say, what a beautiful Maya Paramatma, yours. A realized is asking for bhik. Realized is a beggar and fools are king. What kind of Maya you have? An enlightened soul is a beggar and fools have become king. This every realized soul keep telling you what is true, but we don't. It's so rooted in our DNA. It's so tough to change. If you tapasya disciplines desire, that's the whole reason for whole tapasya. It is the reason to do so that we can discipline our desire. So if I say I want to eat this rasgulla, let's say, or gulab jamun or something, and I want to eat the whole bowl, instead I just eat one, that is also tapasya. You know, when you are observing your desire and understanding it, that is tapasya. It could be as small disciplines. Do small changes in your life. Don't do big things. They don't work. You are setting yourself for failure. You know, all these big industries, big companies, what they do is they make quarterly plans, road maps, sessions, things. There are million people working for an organization which is just a paper. Organization is just a paper, right? But nobody is working for the human. You are the human living thing. There is no quarterly roadmap. There is no planning. There is nothing. You are just living like this. And then there is an artificial thing for which everything is happening. Because of money, right? That's the attraction. This is more valuable than money. Your body is more valuable. So value what you have, okay? Tapasya does not require hatred of the body. It is merely to discipline your desire. Now, why does Bhagwan Krishna talk about this yoga, food, sleep, and yoga of balance in Dhyan Yoga? Because your meditation doesn't begin when you close your eyes. If someone is eating excessively, constantly consuming stimulation, works without boundaries, there is sleep disorders or sleep irregularities, spends the entire day in emotions and reactions. If he sits for half an hour of meditation, what's the difference? Will the mind be silent when he sits after doing everything? No, nothing will work, right? So that's why meditation is also just a path, giving you time to go within and ask yourself, who am I? Why am I struggling with so many desires? What do I want? But that only happens when you have controlled other things. If other things are disturbing, nothing like this will work. That's why he has mentioned this: food, sleep, resting. All of this is important. People say yogis don't sleep 8 hours, 9 hours, 3 hours is enough. It is enough if you know how to. But if you don't know that sadhana, what's wrong in sleeping 8 hours? So if you sleep, there's also people who say, time is very less. This is also Maya. Please understand. Urgency created by, I'm talking about spiritual Maya right now, not this other things. Urgency created by gurus and all the saints. Only 30 years left in your life, so and so much you have to achieve, so much you have to do, and there's no time. Wake up 4 a.m., 3 a.m. in the morning, do this, do that. But doing only is making you away from yourself. The more you do, the more mind is working, not the Atma, because Atma is not the doer. This urgency, fake creation, is also Maya. Please understand. A very realized soul can tell you this. There is no urgency. Nowhere you have to go. You have infinite time. Nothing to achieve. Relax. Slow down. In materialistic world you're chasing. Here also chasing, what's the fun? When will you relax? 24 hours, split your day, work separate, then you just relax, enjoy, be bored, enjoy boredom, watch the sea, watch the moon. This is also meditation. Experience, exist. In the midst of achieving, you forget that you have to exist. That's it. You merely just there. Being here is enough. Nowhere you have to go, nothing you have to achieve, not even moksha, forget about it.